Hey guys, welcome back to Season 1, Episode 5 of Good Chat. Tonight I am in the studio with a couple of big busty blokes. I've got Noah Brady with me. How you going, mate?
Oh, mate, killing it.
I got Blake Hunter.
Hey, what's going on?
And Trent Cousins.
Yeah, what's up?
So we've got a couple more blokes in where this is how it's going to start rolling a bit further into the further seasons, but this is Season 1 and we're just testing out the reins. So how we going, Blake? Blake, first time on the podcast. Tell us a bit about yourself, mate.
Well, I'm probably one of the lesser known in the group.
Shut up.
I was born in Brisbane. I lived in Brisbane for a few years, and then I went to Emerald. So there till I was about grade 2.
Mm-hmm.
I come to Dolby in grade 2, and I've been here ever since.
Nah, you're just a fucking creature on the piss.
Just a fucking gremlin.
Trent Cousins, welcome back. You've been on before, but there was
Technical
difficulties.
Technical difficulties, yeah, but I'm good, so yeah, Dolby boy pretty much my whole life. So yeah, and I'm here with the pubcast.
Now you're a big sexy mechanic.
Yeah.
Chinchilla.
Woo! It's good fun.
So these guys have come in today. We're going to discuss a few different topics to what we usually do. So we're also excited to announce our second podcast we're going to be starting. So we're going to be releasing 2 episodes a week. So the next podcast is going to be run by Noah Brady. Noah, that's all yours, baby. Tell us about it. What's it going to be about?
Yeah, we've got a couple of the boys in the pubcast group that are big, obviously, sporting fans and NRL fans. And we just want to start a podcast, having NRL, talk about chat, what happened during the week and all that sort of stuff when it comes to NRL and all other sporting events.
Yeah, so we'll advertise that on our Instagram this week. It's going to be called Good Chat, Third Man In. And we're going to talk about footy and Australian sports that are on at the moment. And it'll be hosted by Noah, Will Brady, and special guest each week to talk about footy going ahead, politics in footy, news in sports as well, and Australian
We'll probably
sports.
chuck in some local content as well with the Dolby Diehard shout out.
Oh yeah, massive supporters of the Dolby Diehards and the Wheatman. So, guys, first topic. So I put these blokes on the spot a little bit here because I just thought it was funny that I caught myself saying this week some things, and people have just been like poking their nose up at it lately. So, for example,
Aussie slang.
Aussie slang terms, or just like little mannerisms that people pick up from you, or you catch people using. So, obviously, good chat. The podcast that we like, the name of the podcast. I fucking throw that around way too much, and I call myself saying it shitloads at work today. And what have you guys got? Have you guys got any mad ones?
I just saw one then. You get that on the big jobs.
Yeah.
I catch myself saying that. I remember I said it to this chick one time, and she said she looked at me, and I looked at me, and she had no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And I felt like the biggest spastic.
It's fucked when you say something over and over and over again, and then you catch other people saying it. Like you don't even realise that you're saying it, and then other people start saying it because you're saying it.
Or I had when you with me, how you know what you're talking about, and you say it, and someone else has no idea.
Yeah. I remember a couple of years ago, fucking Oscar, older brother, he would say mart, like mate, but just oh, come on, Mark.
Oh, Mark.
I was like, oh, Mark.
Oh, Mark.
And so, every time we're on the piss, that would just get chucked around fucking heavily.
Oh, come on, Mark.
And, my uncle as well used to use fashion. He'd be like, pick him up, chew him up. So he'd be like, that's him, bro. Yeah, fashion. So, fashion pretty well means, oh, fuck me. That's just the way it is. He'd be like, yeah, get us a carton there, brother, hey, fashion. That'd be it. But,
I got, obviously at work, when I have a deal with people, they go, oh, mate, hey, mate, how you going? I always find myself going, oh, top of the world.
Yeah.
Top of the world, mate.
Fuck. Okay,
and then I get some cheeky responses and they go, no, mate, you're on the floor.
While we're on it as well, can we all...
You wish.
Fuck off, Captain Obvious.
Can we all fucking agree that getting called champ,
Oh, mate.
fucking legend. Like legend is borderline, but like
I can call
No,
Bruce.
champion.
No, I feel like
Buddy.
legend is way more up there. Champ is just
What
like...
about champ and buddy?
Oh, no,
Champ
I hate
and
buddy.
buddy.
Definitely,
Yeah.
I'm an apprentice, so like I cop the champ, the buddy, you know,
That is
all
like-
of that.
That's one thing I love throwing like chat like that to older blokes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
fucking
fucking would
love
hate it,
that.
eh?
Like you just hit him with the, oh, g'day mate, how you going? And then you get hit with the, oh, not too bad yourself, champ. You're like, you're a fuckwit.
Yeah.
You're out of the way.
I
He's
talk
like,
to you.
fucking tosser.
Well, fuck, like,
Hero.
it's such an alpha
Yeah.
move, but,
Hero.
like, to be an older bloke and to, like, you know, like, if you, especially at the pub, like, when I was working at the pub, you get old blokes be like, yeah, thanks, champ. You're just like, oh, yep, you just fucking dominated me
spitting your
verbally.
beer.
And we had with
Nothing I can
now,
do.
I have no comeback to it. Because I
like,
know you're not attacking me, but I know that you're just like, yeah, I've got the biggest cock in the bar right now.
I reckon it's weirder when you get hit with those ones. I remember, actually today, I was just like, oh, g'day mate, how you going? And he's like, oh, hey Rooster. I was just like,
Oh,
what the fuck?
Oh, didn't you get called Frisbee one time?
Yeah, I was like, in high school, I'm working at Mitre 10. This fella pulls up, and I'm just like, hey mate, do you need a hand with like anything you picking up? He's like, oh, g'day Frisbee. I'm just like, oh, okay, what do I do?
He's like, yeah, mate, I lost a son a couple of years ago named Frisbee, looked exactly like you.
I just flew off. I spun in the air. And I went back to the
He
counter.
wants you to fuck off like a frisbee.
But I don't know, like, it's funny that, because I was, actually, me and Trent were at the pub before we were recording this, and we were just talking about yada, yada, yada. And I fucking was telling him how I've been using that term. Like, for those listening that, like, you think about, you're trying to explain nonsense pretty well. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I was at the pub, I was
Yada,
playing
yada,
pool.
Etc.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
et cetera. And it's just like a gross way of saying
Yeah,
it. You're just
It's
like,
the Aussie way
oh,
of
yeah,
saying
man,
it.
Trent were at the pub and yada, yada, yada. And then my fucking mother was just like, oh, yeah, yada, yada, yada's from Seinfeld. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even watch Seinfeld, but okay, yeah, well, that's where I got it from. Also, quick quiz for the both of yous. Spell dawdling.
Dawdling.
Yep, like
You
you're
go
fucking
first.
around.
Mr. Intelligence, what are you three?
I
Like,
don't think I've
oh,
ever actually seen that spell before.
like,
to be honest.
yeah, that, I fucking was thinking about it this week.
Do you
Like,
know this?
Like,
D-O-
Yeah, I
if
actually
it be D-O-R.
nah.
Really?
Yeah.
D...
Double O. Surely double.
Spell it, I'll
No,
fucking tell you yes or no, and then
No,
I'll
it'd
give
be
Trent a
something real
chance.
cool.
Go letter by letter, and we'll tell you when you're wrong.
D, A,
Yep,
W,
yep,
D,
yep.
L,
No.
B, L, E,
No,
W, L.
Trent, go.
Fuck.
Wait, what did you get up to? D A. D what? So what was it? D A W. Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be spelled cool.
Dawdling. No, like D A W D A.
Nah,
No,
I don't
no.
even know how to spell it. I didn't look it up before.
No one knows how to spell it. It's provocative.
It's probably not even
I'm
a
pretty
real
sure.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's like.
Someone get the receipts up.
The
for
reason
this.
I looked it up was like, oh yeah, maybe it's not a real word. Maybe I've just been like thinking. Maybe it's just a mumble that like my parents used to me all the time. But no, it's a real word. I just forgot how to spell it before we got
The
in.
only mumble my parents used to me was calling me fat.
Oh,
Still are.
oof.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. DAWDLING.
That's Geordie.
Blake would have had it.
I
Well
would have
done.
you said off.
Intelligence 6 for a reason.
No, he's intelligence 3.
Yeah, mine's two.
Oh,
I need to get my stats bumped up.
That's probably my
Half a star versus superstar.
Just on that, we've done it twice now. It's like, as well as Aussie slang, man, I find myself quoting movies way more than Aussie slang.
I love like football trivia.
Like Adam Sandler
Anything like the
movies.
longest yard. Yeah.
Or Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yes. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
We may as well just discuss the longest yard because fuck, there are some one-liners to come out of that.
Well, I reckon Step Brothers is pretty good up there.
Oh yeah, Seppo's.
You just
But
Come to the tryouts.
if
you
you
big
like,
dumb bitch.
if you think about it,
You have a
like
meatball?
someone who you'd never think would, but fuck me, Josh Chappell has
And
made
Ryan
me.
Chappell.
Oh.
They have both.
Oh,
Yeah.
Josh and Ryan.
We had a footy game in Gundawindi and we drove the whole time back and I sat next to Ryan.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole time, man. I couldn't keep up with him. He was just quoting, and he's like, buddy, football is the devil, man.
They know.
Football ain't the devil.
I remember.
You're the devil.
I remember Josh Chappell in our last group chat or fucking Snapchat, and he sent in like a 2-second video, and I was not expecting to laugh as hard as I did, but it was like of Billy Madison when he like passed out. He's like, leg. Like that's all he said. It was just like fucking nailed like the exact sound of Adam Sandler.
Oh, fuck.
I just remember going to school and chat like Josh as well, and just like he'd be in PE, just doing stuff, and all of a sudden he just throws some Adam Sandler shit just out of like nowhere. You're just like,
Yeah, like hearing that in the back, like from the back of the class or some shit.
On the footy field, you're just like, oh man, where's the water? I'm so thirsty. And Josh is just like, H2O.
Yeah, like at the most. Another question for you is to think about a bit is, so we'll start with Trent. Trent, if you were put in a boxing ring with one of the other pub cats, who do you think you could knock out? Or want to? Who would you? Who you could or who you want to?
So probably I reckon a good fight, and it's always been there. It would be me and Sam Gillespie.
You're giving Sam a little
I know.
days
Yeah, if you told me, if you said that 12 months ago, I'd be like, Trent, you're gonna kill the
I'm
poor
gonna kill
bastard.
him. Yeah, no,
But
like, hands
Sam has
down.
bulked up for this fight.
Oh, I wouldn't say bulk.
He's jumped up to the weight.
He's coming up to my weight division.
Whether he likes it or not, he is bulked up for
He's
this
like,
fight.
Trent's looking big, bro. I'm gonna have to get up there.
Actually, a funny story between me and Sam. Pat Boland, a couple of years ago. This is probably when I was probably 16.
not dropping names, but
Oh,
whatever. Play on.
Anyway,
Person
so
names.
he wanted to have a fight night, and I didn't actually know who Sam Gillespie was at this time.
Yeah.
And then like,
Lanky tree looking.
yeah, so that's what. Oh, he was more than lanky, man. And anyway, so. Like the middle man, he was talking either of us up, like, oh, you know, Trent's like 6'5", you know, right? Yeah, so he's like, Trent's
6'5", 250 pounds.
That's what I mean. That's what it was. And then like same thing back. Yeah, Sam's like 6'4", but you know he's just muscle, like nothing. I'm like, oh shit. Anyway, met Sam at football training. Like when I come over to Lee, met Sam at football training. I'm like, bruh, I can knock this cunt out. Like, yeah, nah, I'd knock Sam out, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll try to anyway.
Hey, chat. Like,
I try to. Back to like.
full credit. I am in the blue here. I don't know who would win that fight.
I reckon it'd be a pretty good.
I reckon it'd be a good matchup.
About.
We're both like same weight division.
Both paying
now.
$1.90 sports bet.
Get on.
Blake, who you got?
I reckon probably Noah or
Fucking love
Josh
fucking
Ashenford,
Blake.
because Josh and I always play Madden together.
I feel like Josh is a scary man when he's cranky. I don't.
You see him jump
No,
the fence
Okay,
out.
yeah,
Josh
I know,
doesn't
he's
even
a-
remember that.
Yeah,
Have you seen him
Josh
deal with
got
the
that-
authorities?
Josh got that bit of that mumble and that cattle dog.
Yeah, Josh is a bit of a psycho.
Yeah, I reckon I'd go with Noah.
I feel like you have.
Spirit went into Josh.
Definitely Noah.
I feel like you have to go to somewhere.
I feel like you and Noah would be good because, and I'll say this from like evidence, that
Techie, bro.
Noah has touched me up in a spa
I've
before.
got technique, bro.
Like I was sitting in the spa just minding my own business in front of him, and he was just got real.
You're just stretching.
Nah,
You're actually
me and
lying
Noah-
down having a sleep.
Me and Noah got in the ring once, and yeah, he tabbed me out. I threw a couple haymakers that missed by a mile, and Noah was just
I was just
techie
like,
as
Keep killing the
fuck.
champ.
Just boost on the nose, bang bang.
But if we
I'll
were,
talk myself up.
because I've actually I
talk
have
myself
thought
up.
I'm
about
pretty
this.
much marked.
If all the boys were to like actually sign on, in my head, these would be the fights.
you know
so
what? No, I'll
if we
jump-
were to
I'll
do a
jump in-
fight,
I'll jump in
oh
between
no,
The best fight out of all the pub cats would be Max Brady versus Sam Laffy. And I'm
Oh,
bleeding.
yeah.
I've actually never thought of that.
Sam Laffy
Oh.
is a judo master, and Max is a psycho.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fair.
I'll put that down.
Certified.
I'll put that down as the best fight
Well,
out of the pub cats.
Yeah,
That'd be the
I
main-
agree
that'd
actually.
be-
Background.
Well, think about it. Like Sam and Max are like the same build. They'd be the same weight.
Oh.
Sam can turn into a psycho cunt, and Max is a psycho. Like their nicknames, we haven't discussed nicknames
They're
yet.
both
But
that competitive to lose.
their nicknames are Max's is Nightmare and Sam Laffy's is Church. If that doesn't tell you both ends of the spectrum, Like, yes, no, I fucking... Because I've seen Sam on the piss wrestle
Oscar.
some men into the next dimension, and
He's made
I would
them
never...
sick.
Brain
to another dimension.
But what I was saying before was I've thought about doing a fight night, and like it'd only be like going to the PCYC and fucking trying to sort it out that way. But if we were, my fights in my head were Trent and Sam to open, then Josh and Drew. And then,
I'll go Blake and Drew. I'll go Blake and Josh and Drew and Tyso.
I had
Tag team.
Sorry, I said that wrong.
Tag team fight.
And then Nora and Jack.
No, well, what I had was to open was Trent, Sam.
Yeah.
Then not Josh, Drew. Then Blake and Jack.
Oh,
Just watch you two praying mantis looking motherfuckers try to eat each other's head, and then Josh and Drew, and then me and Noah to finish and have like KOs allowed, TKOs allowed, no rules, prison rules, 3 rounds, chairs allowed.
TLC, Hell in a Cell.
I'd be fucking worried about going up against Jack, because if like you hit him with one good one, you'd flip that switch on.
Jack would like turn. Jack's just be.
You get that diabetic strength.
I've got no pain.
I got a story about this. Jack actually would be a menace if grappling was allowed.
Oh.
Do you remember Big Pineapple Festival 2
Yeah.
years ago?
Yeah.
2 years ago. We all went to Big Pineapple Festival, and I was heavy on the beers with Jack. And as a joke, we decided to have a wrestle on the mattress. I'm like, alright, here we go.
Gay sex.
And we had a wrestle on the mattress, and we all, like, I was like, alright, I'll just wrestle. I think I had him once, and I was like, oh, he's not saying anything. And then I sort of loosened up a bit, and next thing you know, he's fucking flipped me over, put me in the guillotine, and I'm just like, have mercy, Jack, for fuck's sake.
And Jack's just said, tap you little bitch.
And then
No
I
prisoners.
tapped, and I was like, all right, I will go again. And without even thinking, the cunts just put me in an arm bar, and I was tapping within seconds. I was like, this motherfucker don't miss. Like, in a boxing match, it'd probably be alright.
Yeah.
But if that,
As soon as like
if
UFC
grappling
comes out.
gets out.
Yeah.
He's had his WWE study since he was young.
I mean, before his fight, he'll probably smash down a couple of JDs, so he'll be well and truly in his prime.
And it's funny because like a lot of us come from rugby league and like sporting backgrounds and stuff. So, well, I think all of us do actually. All of us come from rugby league background. So that competitive edge, it will be like the downfall and could actually get us.
Yeah.
Because I know, like,
especially like
at a party earlier this year, I was in a wrestling match with someone, and I was seeing fucking birds fly around the top of my head because I was like, fuck this, I'm not losing.
Yeah.
And then, like, you nearly get passed out.
Party,
But then, like, yeah, bro, fuck, yeah.
Happy days.
Judo flip, fucking fly on top, reversal, R2, L2 at the same time.
Smack flip,
jump on top. But, I only say that, and I would only propose a boxing match if I knew. And, like, this is another like thing we were talking about today is that the closeness, like not awkward, but like the closeness that Pubcats has brought to all of us into like we've always been like for example so me, Josh, Tyson, and Jack have been tight as fuck for ages, and Drew has been living in Brisbane, so he has been a bit quieter, and then Trent and Sam have always been tight, but they never had anything to do with us. And then, like, Max is obviously our brother, but he's moved away. And then Sam Laffy's lived in Sydney for the last 3-4 years. And then Blake's always just been a floater. And it's like, now that we've got Pubcats, it's like, we're all just fucking... Like, Drew and Sam going to the footy the other day.
Yeah,
that never would have happened.
I thought that was like sick as fuck.
Like, it's
I
not
was
like...
just like, both in Brisbane, like, why aren't they doing that every
Exactly.
weekend?
Yeah, it's
And like, it'd probably be a common occurrence now. Like, they'll be like, oh, fuck, what are you doing?
Like,
Let's go.
that would have never happened.
would have never,
let's go watch
ever
netball.
have happened.
even watching a local boy in Tatesy.
And like that's what's like so like I agree, like I saw it and I was just like that's fucking sick. And it sounds gay as fuck. And if you cunts are listening to this, like, fuck yous.
That's gay.
I saw it and I was just like, nah. I was like, that's fucking mad. And then Trent, you and Tyson had dinner on Monday.
Yeah, because Tyson's out at my camp.
Tyson's working with
Well,
you.
yeah, so like me and Tyson are like kind of working together and we're at the same camp and they're just like, yeah.
Do you sleep together too?
Oh, I wish. No, but like, yeah. But yeah, like it was just like, oh yeah, Tyson's there, so let's just go have dinner.
Yeah.
Things
And
you
it's
do.
like-
And the thing is, like, when I'm there by myself, it's like dinner, 20 minutes, done, I'm out. But no, I was like there with Tyson, just fucking there all up, like
Yeah.
night kind of thing. And just
Drag
like,
your
just
mattress
talk-
into his hotel room.
Yeah,
fucking
pretty
sleep on
much.
the floor.
Just
Watch
use
movies
this
all
mattress.
night.
Right, we'll get to sleep and someone says something stupid.
and just start laughing.
And now-
Okay, that's
Fucking
weird.
all that school camp shit.
Yeah. Like, and that's for people who look in, for people who are looking in on podcasts and being like, you know, like fucking what a joke and shit like that. It's just like, you know what, like that's good shit.
Yeah,
Like there's a lot of good shit that comes out of it, but like this is some of the more wholesome.
yeah, it's like,
It's
this
like
is-
what a
This is
beautiful
like the
thing.
behind
This
the
is
Yeah,
scenes.
exactly. It's
Like,
like a-
the stuff you don't see.
caterpillar turned into a butterfly, you know, like friendships.
Oh,
like
Pickups, you're gonna let me fly.
It's two menaces getting on the beers at the footy.
yeah. But
Sunday sesh?
so today we're drinking Carlsberg Danish Pilsner. Actually written on the box is best beer in the world.
Probably
it says
probably
Probably.
the best.
Oh, sorry.
Probably the
It's
best.
all-
I thought
It's
it was a bit arrogant.
It's actually not a bad drop.
It's not bad.
I
Actually.
rate it. I think it's an easy.
Looking at the
drinking beer,
carton
actually.
and like all
It's
the
on eight.
things, it looks a bit.
It
looks a bit fruity.
Yeah, it looks a bit fruity. But it's not bad.
And feels $50.
No, it was actually 47. 47 bucks.
Discount,
Carlsberg
mate.
on sale at the Criterion. Get down there.
Shout out to the Criterion.
1.2 standards. They are heavy beers, 4.8% alcohol. So, guys, we've reached the part of our show where we talk about the cringest parts of our drinking careers.
Cringes.
Who wants to go
Cringe that you say
first?
the word
Cringe.
Who wants to go first?
Blake, you're up, mate.
Blake,
Oh,
first time you got on the piss, first time you got drunk, what age were you,
Actually,
when was it?
What was the first? I
oh,
want to hear this actually.
well, listen then. Fuck it. Nah, so I would have been, I reckon, I think it was 14.
Ooh,
It was,
saucy.
so I'd been planning it like, for the start of the week. There was a party on the weekend.
You're planning it all the way,
No,
yeah.
yeah, well, you know, you're like,
Taking one beer a night.
No,
I
Noise meal.
I got someone to buy me a 10-pack of CCs.
Straight to the spirits.
Fucking hard. But I kept him in my house for like the whole week because I was dumb. I got him at the start. So, I don't know why, but I got them to buy them for me at the start of the
The
week.
rookie era.
Yeah,
And so I just had him sitting under my bed for the whole week. That was when Andy Proud was living with me.
yeah.
Yeah, shout
And so-
out Andy Brett.
We went.
I haven't heard from you in a month,
Well, no,
so-
he wasn't living with me. He was
Rooney.
That was just before he did. That was when he was at his grandparents' place. That night was when he got kicked out. And then we went to this party. And Dad was like, because he knew I was going, he's like, look, just like.
Did
make
you know
sure-
you were drinking?
Did you know you?
No, he didn't think I was. He's like, look, just make sure
yeah.
Andy doesn't. Anyway, Andy's feeding me these drinks.
Yeah, Blake's responsible.
Next
Who
thing,
won't drink?
next thing you know, I had 2 drinks or something. Sculled him, was like blind already.
Yeah.
And I was just getting fed drinks because like, oh, the young kid at the party. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what's that? Can I try that? Just getting fed these drinks. And remember someone was telling me I was rapping Biggie Smalls. Oh, it was embarrassing as when I heard that. And then the worst bit was, so Dad had been calling me all night, telling me like, I'm coming at this time. And I was like, no, come later. Anyway, I'm spewing off this balcony, like the back, well, no, it was like the front deck sort of thing. Spewing off that. This car's pull up outside and here. Blake, is that you? Get in the fucking car! I was like, and it's like, when you know, shit like that happens, you're like half sober, I'll be like, oh, fuck.
Oh, what did I do?
Oh, and Andy was supposed to come with me. I just walked out the door, got in the car. I'm like, head down the whole way. Like, Dad's spraying me the whole ride home. I'm like, I didn't spew in the car. But like the whole drive home, I was just quiet, just getting fucking ripped into.
That's like, that's fucking underage drinking 101. When you don't want to get caught by parents, you stay the fucking night or you sleep over at a friend's place.
Well, I didn't even know I was supposed to be doing.
Nah, naughty
Let's say
boy.
I was ready. He called me like right as I was spewing off the balcony.
I wish I had the same energy in my hangovers that I did pretending not to have hangovers when like you weren't supposed to be drinking. Like when you were like 15 years old,
and you're just like,
you go to a party, you get drunk, and then you come home and mum and dad are just like,
how was your
"Oh, how's your party last
Oh,
night?"
but they
Like,
can tell
yeah, no,
every.
good.
They know.
Yeah.
They know exactly.
They
what's
went for a
just
jog.
see
And it's like, how did you know last night? You're like, oh.
Nah, it was alright. Like I don't know.
Oh,
Everyone
not
else
much.
is drinking. So
And you always pull out that, not much was happening.
Yeah.
Actually. Like, you know.
It's like,
You better not have bloody drank anything last night. Nah, Dad, not me, not me. It's all the
I
time.
never got mum and dad to buy me drinks. I always got someone else to buy me drinks. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, I always just thought, if they're not buying me drinks, they just won't think I'm drinking.
That was
I'm just not
always-
drinking
See,
much.
It was weird with my family. Like, my dad would want to buy me drinks, but my mum was just like, no, you have to
Yeah.
wait till you
I
were
think it was
18.
up until like
My dad was just like,
12.
Treno,
What?
tell us about it. First
What was
time on the
first time
piss.
you drank?
first time
Actually,
I
yeah.
drank. So, I would have had to been like 14, 15, probably around the same age, and I had a work Christmas party.
Oh, wait, yeah. I think
And it was like-
I heard this story.
So it was like bus trip. So we started in Dolby, then we had to pick up people in Chinchilla, and then go out to Miles.
That's a full
That's pretty loose.
Yeah, so
for,
it was a pretty like
for
and
like a first time drinking. Like,
first
on
time
a bus
drinking,
trip.
and I'm just like, oh yeah. And I had some older boys there that were like my brother's age.
You know, like taking care of you.
No, not taking care of me. And then like they were just like, oh, you know what? It's about time you get on the beers. Like I don't actually realise. I don't think they realised what age I was at the time.
How old are you? 13.
I was
14.
like 14, 15 at the time. They just like
You're a
handed
fucking
me
big lad.
beers. Yeah, I was a big lad, still am.
Handsome, but
Oh, thanks. But yeah, like they just handed me beers, and they're like, when we get there, you can't drink because that was the rules. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's a license plates and all this. But like, you know, on the bus trip there, I had like 3 beers, and I was like, oh, beers taste like shit. Like I couldn't. Like, I think everyone could have been when you were a young age.
Yeah.
Beers
Why
were
would
just
you
disgusting.
drink?
It's like, why do people like this?
Like having a sip of your dad's, be like, have a sip, like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, I love this so
Yeah.
much. Yeah. But yeah, so like the night finished and it was like the trip home and it was like bringing out the spirits and I was like straight on like the UDLs and you know
Yeah.
can't taste anything, so like you just like, oh, this tastes so good. It's just like, you know,
Yeah.
and then sinking them, and then anyway, whole bus trip home. I remember someone vomiting on the bus and then like doing the worm in their own vomit. And all this stuff, and I'm like 14, 15. I'm like, whoa, is this what drinking is? Like, is this what everyone does every weekend? This is so cool.
Like, how drunk did you get them?
Oh no, I was like, I remember getting off the bus because
did you drive home?
Oh, I wish. No, so I had to get my brother to come pick me up. And I remember getting off the bus and I was walking to his car and I was just trying to act so sober. I was like, you know, when you get like in that zone, you're like, okay, I've just got to talk clearly, got to do this and that.
And you
as soon
make
as I got in the car, I like said like my first sentence kind of thing, and he just goes, right, you're drunk, do not talk, we're going straight home. And I'm like, I'm not. In my head, it was like, in my head, it was like, nah, bro, I'm all good. Like, I had a pretty good night. It was sweet. You know, like I had to work like the next morning, at like 7:30. Anyway. And then he told me the next day at dinner, like the version that I said, and it was like literally, like shit like this.
Like
Anyway.
Donnie Thornberry.
And then like I do remember like the next morning at like 9:30, my phone was just ringing and ringing and ringing. And I like woke up, like rolled over, picked up my phone, answered it. It's my boss. He goes, "Are you actually going to come show up to work today?" Or and I'm like, "Fuck!" And I'm like, "Shit, I'm so sorry. I'm coming right now." And he goes, "Bro, don't stress. I know like about last night because obviously he was there."
Yeah.
And he was so chill about it, and I was like, "Oh,
That's pretty bad.
And then I was so stressing. I walked into work, and I was like, "Oh no!" And he was just like, "Don't stress, bro. It's all good. It was good."
Fuck, that's
But
pretty
yeah,
loose.
that was probably like the first time, and like mum still doesn't know about it.
Oh,
So mum, I'm gonna.
Mrs. Cousins, get on the
So I'm
podcast.
After I caught that, well, not really, caught that first time, Mum didn't talk to me for like for like 3 days. Like, didn't say a word to me.
Was that the most trouble you've been in for being on the piss?
I'd say so. Like, off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure.
I won't say the
I
full
was gonna
story.
say, I can't remember being in trouble, but I can remember you getting in trouble.
Yeah, I won't say the full story, but
You finished.
it finished like this. The full story is pretty fucking loose, but it finished with this. So I wasn't supposed to be drinking. We were drinking in the backyard.
Classic.
Mum come home, caught us, and she walks down the back stairs and she stands at me. And I think I was 14 at the time, and I did a let's see who can do the most shots competition.
At 14.
At 14. But to top it off, we weren't even drinking like spirits.
Oh yeah,
Normal
was it some,
spirits.
like,
We were drinking rocket fuel that my grandma fucking brewed up herself, and it was homebrewed gin,
I heard
which you
that,
smelt
yeah.
the fucking bottle, and it was
It's not like meth though.
it smelled.
clean.
All
Paint the next
homebrew
day
is
with
just
it.
meth.
But like, if you think about it now, like, how fucking scary is that? Like, isn't it like when you're brewing spirits? Like, if you don't fucking filter it properly and shit, like, you can fucking send you blind and shit.
Lucky our G-Ma is an absolute beast at filtering the shit.
G-Ma.
But
OG
so
brewer.
we did this thing, and I blacked out. Obviously, after you do 14 shots or whatever, and then
At 14.
my mum walked down the back steps, and I cannot. The only documentation I have of this night is my older brother, who told me everything, and he's just like, I wasn't that drunk, but you were scaring me a little bit because at 14 I was like a half. Like, I haven't grown much. I was probably like similar size. I was a lot fucking lighter.
Oh, it's similar
I was a lot
size.
lighter. I wasn't 130 kilos.
I was
at
say
14.
35 kilos lighter.
But mum walks down the back stairs and she looks at me and she goes, oh, I fucking told you not to drink, you stupid cunt. And I've just turned around. I'm going, whoa, calm down, cunt. And then,
As soon as you hit your mum with the C word, you know you fucked up.
and then like, it's bad, but I remember Oscar was standing right next to me and he fucking dropped me. Just put a fucking good right hook right on my chin. I don't remember that actually. I shouldn't say that. Oscar told me that I said this and I was like, holy fuck. Like that, and for those listening, like, I fucking never swear in front of my parents. Like I have lately, but like before, when I was 14, I wasn't
When you were
exactly.
14, you were
Like,
scared
as soon
to
as you
swear.
turn 18, you sort of given a swearing license.
Yeah, they
But,
give it to you. It comes
But
in
then
mail.
Oscar cracks me, and then so I'm laying on the ground, and I get straight back up, and I like hug Oscar, and I'm like, yeah, cunt, we're good, cunt. It's all good, cunt. And Mum's just like, get the fuck inside. Oscar throws me on the bed. I hit the bed, bounce on the floor, spew all over my floor, wake up the next morning, run into Mum, and I'm like, Mum, I am so sorry about last night. She's like, look at yourself, you fuckhead. And I go, I look in the mirror and I got dicks and vaginas all over me, all up my guts, all over my face. I was like, oh yeah, just looked in the mirror like, this is it, this is drinking. Welcome to it. Bobcat started when I was 14.
You were just him with the go have a long look in the mirror? Or?
Nah,
was
I was
just
just
like,
like, I had a
look
quick
at
look.
I
I was like,
know, I got hit with that.
I was
Wake up
like,
to yourself.
permanent marker.
Wake
cool.
up to yourself.
Wake up to
So
yourself.
back on that story, you saying you got nailed, like Oscar dropped you with the right hook when you were piss drunk. There was a night where you actually gave me a right hook when I
Yeah,
was
for fucking
pissed
in my
drunk.
bed.
I got put in your bed. I don't know why they get put in my bed. I got put in your bed, pissed drunk. Don't remember a thing. I'm pretty sure I've just been showered by somebody. I was a mess. I go in Connor's room, spew in his room, and he's like, Connor's like, don't put him in there. He'll fucking spew. I jump in there. I jump in the house. First thing I do is, I might as well spew, and then
Someone
Connor fucking punches me straight in the face, drags me out. I'm like laughing and shit. I'm like a heavy.
I can't
boy.
punch hard.
I just keep punching. I'll actually wake up the next day. I wake up the next day in my jocks, a different pair of jocks than the day before, to my dog licking up the spew next to me. And fucking, I think Josh put me on his Snapchat story. I was school captain at the time. Wasn't a good look.
Yeah, true.
The best school captain though.
So,
Thanks, Trent. I really appreciate it.
favourite beers, what are they? Let's discuss them a little bit.
I'm getting around Carlton Dries lately.
Low carb.
Carlton Dry, the red one.
Carlton Dry.
Oh, Carlton Dry, the fucking blue horse, yeah. No, that's...
It's the one you drink all the time.
Yeah.
We were drinking it today.
Oh, Carlton Draft. I was thinking of Carlton Draft.
He's got me onto those.
Carlton Dry is fucking good, mate.
Josh Asherfield.
What do you drink? Are you Carlton Draft too?
So
Carlton
like,
Dry?
I've been a bit of a mix. So like,
I will drink it.
I remember I was like 4X bitter for a long time, like, you know, and I love the beer, like, don't get me wrong. But then again, like, yeah, Carlton Dry has been, you know, just
Yeah,
in the
hard.
background, and you're just like, hey, hey, it's just so easy to drink. It's like, and the problem is, it's so easy to drink. Like,
Yeah.
mate, you just think so much of them like in a night.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh fuck, how many have I actually had?
You
And
sort of look at the time and you're like, oh, it's 11 o'clock and I'm still on beers, but they taste so good.
yeah, like it's a beer that you're not like, oh fuck, I need to go to.
Yeah, they don't
I
make
need
you
to go-
bloated. That's right.
Yeah. Bitters, like I love bitters, like they're heavies,
Yeah.
you know.
4X
But I feel
beers-
like
4X bitter, mate. I loved them when I first turned 18, but they just taste like a schooner of rusty nails, and they have rank.
What's
Nah,
your
so-
favourite beer? No.
Favorite beer? I probably haven't been drinking long enough to find a favorite. I do like Carlton Draft. Dry. Carlton Dry, my bad. But
Banana?
that's
Yeah.
probably my favourite. Like I do like branching out and trying other ones. Like
Yeah.
James Bogue's a nice beer. Stella Artois is also a nice beer.
so you're into like the more fancier beers.
I'm not into them. I'm just saying they
The,
taste
like
nice.
nice stuff.
That's it. I don't. Oh, and Corona's.
4 Pines, bro.
I'll probably be like the fucking.
70G.
I'm a bit of a mood beer kind of guy. Like, so if I'm drinking out of a schooner, it's definitely VB. Just because, like it's a heavier beer.
Actually,
Plus, like if you've, and so many people are so anti VB that they've never even had it before, but they're just like fucking VB's disgusting.
like,
It's like,
oh, fuck,
you
disgusting.
haven't had it out of a fucking cold in a cold schooner, and it's like
Northside Bowls Club.
When I
Yeah,
always
listen.
had it
Coldest on.
before I had it, you were at the Palm.
Yeah,
that was the
yeah.
first time I had it in a schooner, and before that, you have it.
Because you bought them in the little
Yeah.
grenades on the
Stubby
bus
in
trip,
the
they
can.
taste like
No,
dog.
in the stubby in the can, like I always hated.
Yeah.
When we had it on tap at the Palm, fucking Travis and I was smashing.
and they're scary too because
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like 1.4, 1.5
Exactly.
standard.
Yeah, like they're probably one of the heaviest.
Yeah,
Shit.
I didn't know they were heavy.
Just real quick,
Travis and I-
shout out the Palm Pottsville Cafe / bar
Yes. As
/
you're wearing that
tappers.
hat right now.
We've got a
I'm
couple
wearing
of
the hat.
stories we'll tell in podcasts along the way.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely VB on
Yes.
tap for me, and then out of a can. Oh, depends on the fucking weather, eh?
Oh,
I'm not a
yes.
big can guy.
Like, yeah, I'm
A lot of people aren't. Like I find
No,
that
I find
too.
a lot of people are. Like I'm.
Yeah, so
obviously
it's
I'm
a mix.
never
Like people
drinking
like,
out of
oh,
a
I can't
can.
drink cans, can't drink cans.
See-
And other
see,
people
for-
like can't drink out of a bottle. Like
4X out of a can.
Out of a can for me would probably be 4X.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot to do with
Yeah.
footy. That's what they give you after a footy game.
And at first, like those when you.
Yeah,
first
I
have
feel
your
as if
debut,
any. I was gonna
tastes
say,
like
yeah,
shit.
your debut because you got to do it out of a shoe.
Well, but then you,
yeah.
even at that, like say like 17 and stuff, when you're having 4X out of a can, like
Yeah.
Like it's your dad's beers. You like try to
Yeah,
like
it's
sneak
like,
them
oh,
out to the
yeah.
party.
Like, oh.
I remember us would be like, all 5 of us would be like, oh yeah, we've got one of Dad's beers, each take a sip. Things not even like quarter done. I'm like, yeah, we're done. They just taste like shit.
That's how we all got herpes. So anyway, out of a tin, 4X bitter probably, out of a stubby,
yeah,
definitely.
4X bit out of a
Probably Carlton Dry.
4X bitter, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I respect Great Northern,
Yeah, it's just.
but I've just
Oh.
come like I feel like I drank too much of it, and I just drank myself out of it, sort of thing.
Yeah, I actually feel like Great Northern as well. It's kind of like Carlton Dry. Like it's just so easy to
Yeah,
drink.
it is an easy beer.
Like,
Yeah.
out of
If
a
you-
can, man, it is. Oh, I remember one night, like I was at my cousin's wedding, and man, the amount of tins I sunk that night, and I was just like, I was at the stage where I was just like in that party mood. Like, I was just like, I just want to dance, I just want to have a good time.
like Flaggy when he was ball dancing to that. The wobs.
But yeah, like Great Northern, like you can just sink it. It's just easy to drink. It's just damn, but yeah,
While we're on the
everyone's
subject-
got their different opinions.
While we're on the subject, I'll do a quick shout out to one of my favourite beers to drink when you know you're going to drink a lot of beers because they don't go down so nice. I know I'll cop shit for this. It's that Byron Bay Brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah, you reckon?
That's
Oh, yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
1.2 standards.
Yeah, you were more of a like
1.2 standards, and they taste like water, man. Like these, they don't even taste like beer. They taste like water.
Yeah, these are actually going
Fuck
down.
that, I'd rather beer.
What am I talking about? Carlsberg, the best beer in the world.
Probably,
Also, that-
probably
that's
the
actually
best
the
beer.
in the world. Definitely the best beer in the
They're
world.
actually they're not bad to be honest with you. But no, I'm not much of a beer person. Like,
You're a fucking idiot. All right, we're going to wrap up this episode. So we'll be back next week with a new episode. We're going to get new people on the panel. Just going to finish up with a thank you to our sponsor. So our sponsor for this episode is TGB Carpentry. Tom Boland, we all know him. He's a fucking
Weapon on the
easy
piss.
bloke. He's a weapon on the piss, but he's
Weapon on the
so
field.
he is an absolute pub cat representative. We love him. He's
Good
such
guy.
good quality on the piss. He's just started up his own carpentry business in his weeks off. So his phone number is 0444
Don't give that out.
8566 662. Call him up and ask for a quote, or just even if you just want to have a general chat, look him up on Instagram, TGB Carpentry. He's one of the easiest blokes to deal with. Make sure you suss him out. We will be posting his logo on our Instagram, so be sure to look it out and click and give him a follow on Instagram.
And
So-
real quick, while we're at it, a quick shout out. Our first episode of Good Chat, Third Man In, will start next week. First guest will most probably be Joshy Ashford. Him and his Gold Coast Titans, mate. We'll see how they're going.
It's Manly on the
Oh, bro, that was actually
Tommy
very
Turbo,
unexpected.
baby.
He's
But,
been
Haunted by Tom Trbojevic.
Big
all week.
thank you to Blake and Trent for coming in, and
No
Noah.
worries.
No, cheers for that.
You guys will be definitely coming in and out for more chats.
Fucking oath.
Keen as.
Beautiful.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Suck on my nuts.